everybody. Thanks for coming on short notice. We thought while we had the CEO of the International Table Tennis Federation in town, we would love for you to hear a few words from him. But to go back a couple of years ago, we received a call from the United States Olympic and Paralympic Committee asking if Houston would consider bidding for the World Table Tennis Championships, which had never been in the United States before. It was a really busy year. We had a lot of events, and so we kind of looked and tried to figure out if we could do it. But they said, there's no better place than Houston. You are an international city, and being the first time for it to be in the United States, you would be perfect. So we said, okay, we found dates. We were originally going to have the table tennis competition, the final days, at the Toyota Center. And then the pandemic hit, and we had to cancel the event altogether, actually, in the beginning, because we weren't sure what was going to happen. The Olympics got postponed, and we just weren't in any position to move forward with plans. And then as Tokyo happened, and they did it in a bubble with no fans, basically, we looked at that concept, and so we spent many months trying to figure out if we could do that concept. The International Federation has been great to work with, and we were able to find some dates at the Convention Center. We still couldn't move it back to the Toyota Center because we didn't know if we would have fans. We also weren't sure with their NBA schedule. Everything was kind of up in the air when we first started talking about it. But I'm really proud and happy to say that we have worked through those challenges, and that yes, we are going to have the World Championships here in Houston, and we will have fans. And so with that, I would like to invite Steve Dainton to come and say a few words just about how special this is. It's also the 50-year anniversary of ping pong diplomacy between the United States and China, which is a very special anniversary. So we will also incorporate that into our messaging and into this event. So with that, I would like Steve to have a few words. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Janis. And as Janis said, yes, it's been a long road to get here to bring the World Championships, the 56th, after our cancellation last year, unfortunately, in Korea, but the 56th World Table Tennis Championships here in Houston, USA. It's a very proud moment for the International Table Tennis Federation because we've never had a World Championships in the United States of America before. And in fact, it's the first time since 1939 for the championships to be outside of Asia or Europe. So for that point by itself, we're really, really very proud. We were very excited in 2019 when Houston won the bid against Morocco at that time, and we've been very excited ever since. As Janis said, some difficult days, of course, with the pandemic, complicated times. A lot of phone calls between Janis and myself to discuss do we, don't we, do we, don't we? But finally, we do, and we're really excited to be here. I'm a little bit extra lucky to be here today. Maybe on the other hand, the pandemic helps me to be in the USA a little bit longer. Normally I would go back to Singapore, but in Singapore we still have quarantine and so forth, so I got to stay a little bit longer in Texas and enjoy some really great southern hospitality in Austin, San Antonio, but back to my favorite city, Houston, for the last couple of days. You know, we've been working on this event for many years. We have this year also a little bit of a change. We are calling the World Championships the World Championship Finals. That means that in the past there was no qualification. From this year to 2021, we'll have qualification event. That's the first time at this event in the USA to have the finals. So we're extremely excited about that, and it's a first time, and we will see how that goes here in Houston. Janis also asked me to say a few words in Chinese, so 我会说一点中文，但是没那么好。但是我们很感谢这个 Houston 这一次办这个世乒赛，然后我们非常激动，可以在这个 Houston 办世界锦标赛，所以我们也希望你们中国朋友们可以这次很支持 我们这个比赛，谢谢。So just finally to finish, I want to say big thanks to the Harris County Houston Sports Authority. The team here we have found extremely professional, one of the best LOCs that we've ever worked with. They're doing an amazing job, and the more support that you can give to them, the ITTF, we will also be very pleased and very, very happy with. And thank you, Janis, and your team for all the wonderful work. Thank you.
Steve. So we will take a moment for questions. I will just say to reiterate, so there's a lot of firsts. First time in the USA, first time in Houston, first time for a finals with that concept. And so we hope that Houston shows up and that we are able to show off to the International Federation just what a great city we are and what great fans we have here. We have fans from all over the world that like all different kinds of sports, and so it's fun for us to be able to bring a different kind of sport that maybe isn't usually here in Houston. And we expect to sell 40,000 tickets. We hope to fill every session with a lot of loud, screaming fans and do it the USA way. So thank you for your support. Tickets are on sale at tickets.com. They are on sale to the public now, and we sold out of the VIP tickets within 2 hours of going on sale. So we have opened up. We have new VIP tickets and new sections on sale. We also have hospitality packages and ticket packages that are available. Our staff has some information that they can give you before you leave if you would like information on that. So with that, we'll open it up for questions and any photos that you'd like to take. So Steve, you're not off the hook yet. You got to come back up here.
Could you tell us how many teams going to be here? Second thing is what we can do as a community in Houston.
Well, I think I can answer the first one, and I think Janis the second. But yeah, we have over 70 teams entered and preparing to come. From all over the world. Through our qualification system, we have every part of the world represented. So the 5 continents all have teams and players coming.
There is an annual general meeting that also is taking place during the competition. And so they actually have one of the largest memberships, 226 countries represented. So they will, some of them will obviously be joining by Zoom call because of the pandemic. In different parts of the world, they're at different stages. But Houston will be able to shine. How you can help is if you have volunteers or have anyone that you know that would like to volunteer, you can go to our website, which is houstonsports.org, and go to the volunteer section. There's a form to fill out. If you would like to help us promote ticket packages, again, we would like to have all of the seats full. We think that will be great for the athletes as well as television. This will be televised all over the world, and of course, we have some great folks from Japan and China that will have prominent television time, so it will be a good opportunity there. For those that would like to be involved in the ping pong diplomacy, we are looking to put a dignitary dinner together, so there will be some tickets available there, and we hope to kind of recreate the message that through sports there can be peace. Other questions?
How many total players?
Good question, but
We're looking at our operations folks.
I believe it's around 350, something around 350 at the moment. It's in men's singles is a 128, so it's a final round of 128. Women's singles the same, and in the 3 doubles events, the women's doubles, the men's doubles, and the mixed doubles, it has a rounds of 64.
Steve, you are the CEO of this organization?
I'm the CEO of the International Table Tennis Federation.
Where are you stationed at? Singapore?
Singapore.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And my name's Janis Burke. I'm the CEO here at the Harris County Houston Sports Authority. We oversee the bond debt service on our professional sports stadiums, as well as go out and bid for large sporting events to come to our community. Any other questions? Yes.
Obviously, in the past games, the Chinese have been the champions of Olympic and this game too. So because we have a large Chinese community year, would you be able to get some events for the fans to meet with the Chinese champions?
Yes, we can certainly try to do that. Some of the players are, well guarded and are nervous because of the pandemic, so they may not want to go into the public areas, but some will definitely like to do that. And so we're going to try, especially in those VIP hospitality areas, to bring a few players back to say hello.
And also probably part of, to be announced in the near future with the ping pong diplomacy, it could be an opportunity, something as well.
Yes.
Another thing, just where did you learn your Chinese?
I learned in Australia and in Shanghai and Beijing. And I have a Chinese wife.
That's where you really learned. Does he speak well? Yes? You wouldn't understand my Chinese, I'm afraid.
My next question is, you mentioned about the volunteer opportunities. So you have a website, but how is the one, what's the process? So when is the deadline to accept the volunteers? And then how long the process will be? And then how long do you take to confirm to the volunteer who wants to?
So right now we will ask everybody to fill out the forms, and the forms will be sent in. We do background checks. We do that for every event, of course, because we want to make sure that the people that are with our athletes are safe. Then we will get the protocol out for COVID and different things that we'll be asking for each volunteer. And then the next step is we actually promote the schedule, so that if you have a certain Saturday and you have 4 hours to give, you can go in and sign yourself up for those 4 hours. Or if you can volunteer every day for 6 hours, you will have the opportunity. So we will actually put schedules together of the various areas. So the first step, though, is to get your name in the system so that you will get all of the alerts and all of the information.
Hey, Jenna, I really suggest you, in the future, open the ground for all the Asian press, other event too, okay, as a sport authority. This is the first time all of us come over here. So
Yes, well, thank you for coming. This has been a great opportunity for us to meet all of the media that is involved in Asian, and we have some Indian publications, so that's really exciting for us.
You can hold another one in the southwest area, so that will be, I think will be more Chinese community people will be convenient to attend.
Yeah, so any help you can give us with contacts that we should be sending information to, that would be helpful. So it is a new market, fairly new market for us with this great of an interest in this sport. All of our professional sports teams market to everybody, but for this particular sport, as you know, it's #1 in China. I don't know what it's pretty high up for Japan too, right? Yes, yeah.
Well, North Asia is strong, and then
Yeah.
Europe more
Yeah.
so than the North America.
Germany,
Sweden.
So.
Where do the people can find the ticket information and the competition agendas?
So tickets.com is where all of the ticket information is. There's also a contact person, if you're having any trouble or you're not understanding how to book those tickets, you can make a phone call. Kathy Jones in our office is handling those.
Thank you. How about the agendas?
The schedule, that's on the website, and the website is worldtabletennis.com. You can also get to the ticket site from worldtabletennis.com.
WorldTableTennis.com. Thank you.
Yes, yeah. There'll be more information on the website if you're looking for particular information about packages or players or schedule, that type of thing.
And the group tickets can be also purchased from there, or we have a special another
The-
person who will.
Yeah, so the group tickets will be, you will contact Kathy Jones, and that information is on the tickets.com site, yes. For any, if you're going in and you just want to grab whatever seats you see there, great, but if you want hospitality with it or you want VIP credentials, things like that, then that would go through our group sales office.